Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today we're going to carry on what if Yuno was in Dragon Ball. So, where we left off, Goku had been defeated in the World Martial Arts Championship by Jackie Chun. So, at this point of the story, Krillin and Yamcha do what they did in canon and carried on working with Master Roshi, Yamcha joining Krillin to train with him, and Yuno and Goku go off on a journey separately. Yuno being instructed by Master Roshi that he needs to go out and, well, get emotionally stronger. He says that his talents are being worn down by he's generally too soft. Like the Yuno in Black Clover when he was a kid, he was a crybaby. And here, he's not as much of one, but he is still very soft and kind-hearted, more so than Goku. He doesn't like hurting people, but he would do so to protect someone. Though they've gone off on two separate journeys. Goku saying that he wants to find the Dragon Ball, and Yuno saying that he's just going to experience things. He's just going to travel for a bit. So, Yuno and Goku's journeys. Goku comes into contact with Silver and takes him down. Yuno, he comes towards Muscle Tower and he does what Goku did in canon and takes that down, befriends Zeta, and everything carries on. So now we come to where Blue would be. So Yuno's figured out what's going on with the Red Ribbon Army trying to collect Dragon Balls, as he's seen the more brutal side of it, and Goku is still just trying to collect the Dragon Balls. So they end up meeting up at Master Roshi's and getting the submarine like they normally did, with Krillin and Yamcha joining them, and well, Yamcha does actually join him this time because he didn't go back with Bulma to Capsule Corp and West City. He joined Krillin straight away, and now all of them go collect the Dragon Ball, and Blue is defeated once again. So Goku and Yuno decide that it might be best for them to go together to get the Dragon Ball from by Korin Tower. So Yuno is actually hiding with Umpa while Goku is fighting Mercenary Tao. So this fight goes pretty much as normal. Yuno is in tears seeing his brother Goku actually what he thought was murdered. Now, as they realise that he is still alive, Yuno stops crying, and this is when he has his thought that he needs to toughen up. He needs to just stop it. He could have helped Goku there. Goku couldn't, well, he didn't have to get as hurt as what he did. And now they climb up Korin Tower together, and both of them end up catching Korin. They come back down, Mercenary Tao re-arrives, and they defeat him with ease. Now the rest of the story goes pretty much the same, just with Yuno being there with Goku to take down the army. So now we'll head on to the Fortune Teller Bar tournament. So there's a few changes here. So Umpa and Pua, they're not involved. So Krillin, he actually wins his opening fight and then fights the Invisible Man. But Krillin, he does not actually win this, because if you remember, Yamcha actually only won this because Krillin got Master Roshi and made him have his stereotypical nosebleed to show where the Invisible Man is. So once Krillin loses, he has this idea himself, and Yamcha wins like normal. Now Yamcha fights for Mummy, and that happens as normal. Goku comes in, beats him, beats the Devil Man, and now we head out to the fight with Grandpa Gohan. Now as he approaches the ring, Yuno says to Goku, there's something familiar about him, let me fight him instead. So this time, Goku, he's not out of the tournament, he's just stepped aside to let Yuno fight this battle. And this goes pretty similar to how Goku and Grandpa Gohan's fight actually went. Because, again, Yuno was trained by Grandpa Gohan to start with, and then Master Roshi. So he knows his fighting style, he knows everything. But the one thing that Yuno has that Grandpa Gohan can never match is his wind power. So he uses this to get a bit of an edge, but Grandpa Gohan knows exactly what he's doing, but doesn't know how strong his wind power has gotten. So he's managed to take him off his feet and then fire a Kamehameha wave, at Grandpa Gohan to actually ring him out. And this is when he reveals himself, and basically the story then goes as normal. He says that he'd rather be in other worlds now. Goku goes and gets the final Dragon Ball, and next thing, well, Goku and Yuno go their separate ways again to continue their journey. Goku has his same interaction with Tien Shinhan and Chaozu, and the next we see them is at the tournament. Now, the preliminaries go pretty much the same, and when we get to the finals, there's a different lineup. So we see Yamcha fight Tien like normal, we see Jackie Chun fight Manwolf, we see Goku fight Krillin, and see Chaozu fight Yuno. So the first 3 fights I don't really need to touch, because we all know Tien still beats Yamcha despite Yamcha being a bit stronger. It's not enough to close the gap, but he puts up a lot better fight, but Tien still brutally breaks his leg. Now Jackie Chun, obviously nothing changes there. Goku and Krillin, their fight goes pretty much the same as their semi-final fight would have gone. Now, Chaozu versus Yuno. So obviously Yuno is a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot smarter than Chaozu, but Chaozu gave Krillin a bit of trouble because 1, he can fly, and 2, he can use his telekinesis to actually freeze him in place. So the flying didn't really affect Yuno's fight because Yuno uses his wind power to be able to fly now, and that didn't really cause any impact on Krillin's fight. It was just a bit of a surprise when Chaozu floated back into the ring and not being ringed out. So once Chaozu uses his telekinesis to freeze Yuno in place, it takes a minute, but Yuno realises he can still breathe, and that means one thing: his wind power. He uses that and blows at Chaozu. So he uses his wind power basically just through his breathing, and it hits Chaozu. Although it's not enough to ring him out, it's enough to break his concentration. Like Krillin broke his concentration by making him do maths. So this time the wind knocks him off guard really, and Yuno quickly jumps in and finishes the fight. Now, next fight, Jackie Chun versus Tien. Again, Jackie Chun, Master Roshi, he is actually stronger, seeing Yuno as well as Goku getting, well, as strong as what they did. But he could have actually beaten Tien at this point. It's implied that Jackie Chun was as strong as Tien. They were matching each other blow for blow. Although Tien, assumedly he was the strongest here, apart from obviously Goku, it is implied that Jackie Chun could have actually won this fight, but chose to lose. And I don't see this going any differently. So next, we get Goku versus Yuno, and similar to how their fight went in the last World Martial Arts Tournament, Yuno puts up a hell of a fight, matching Goku for a while, but in the end, Goku is still stronger than Yuno. His pure power, his strength, everything, it's just too much to bear for Yuno at this point, and he is just about overpowered him, and Goku is declared the winner. Now he's on to the final with Tien. So in this fight, it originally got fought to a stalemate basically, with Tien winning on a technicality. So everything outside the ring has happened pretty much the same. So Tien's fight with Goku is going pretty similar, but in the end, Goku is declared winner because he is very slightly stronger. So Goku has managed to very slightly overpower Tien and has won the fight. So basically, during the entire fight, Tien is worn down a little bit more. So when Goku and Tien go flying out of the stadium, and Goku was meant to get hit by the car, because he wasn't hit with as much force, he isn't in line with the car at that timing, and just about avoids being declared the loser, and Goku wins the World Martial Arts Tournament. Now we get on to where Krillin would originally, well, die to Tambourine. He still does. It's the same story. He happens to go back to look for the Dragon Ball for Goku. He meets his end. Goku goes chasing after Tambourine, but this time Yuno goes chasing after him. Now, Yuno doesn't have a flying nimbus of his own, because if you remember from part 1, he chose to, well, just give Goku it. Let Goku have it, because he thought that he can use his wind power to fly, which he can, but without the additional spells and power that he is granted from having a grimoire, his wind power can only get so far, and Goku manages to get too far away from him to actually, well, Yuno doesn't get there in time to help, and as he approaches the scene where Goku is, he sees Goku's body fly out of the sky. He's falling towards the ground, and Yuno has to go and save him. So we all know that Goku doesn't die, and they both meet, well, they meet Yajirobe. Now, everything happens from now onwards goes the same. Now, Tien, Master Roshi and all the others, they assume that Yuno and Goku both died at the hands of Tambourine. This means that the gang's plans actually don't change. The next actual change that happens is Goku's fight with the elder King Piccolo. So this time he's not alone. Yes, Yajirobe has, well, he's a coward, he's backed off, but Yuno joins the fight. And Goku, he didn't actually put up a bad fight to start with, but he was clearly outmatched. But together with Yuno, they put up a lot better fight, and both of them are knocked out, severely hurt. And King Piccolo, being the arrogant monster that he is, assumes that he has killed them both, as there is no sign of movement or life in either of them. So he leaves before Yajirobe takes them both to Korin Tower. They get a senzu bean each, and they both go to drink the ultra divine water. Now, when it comes to the rematch with the now rejuvenated King Piccolo, Goku doesn't actually join this fight. So Yuno says to Goku that it's his turn to fight this foe, and he will take down King Piccolo himself, because, well, Yuno has something to prove to himself. He wants to show that it's not going to be the same situation as what happened with Mercenary Tao. Goku's not going to always be there to protect him, and he needs to be able to be strong enough, confident enough, and brave enough to defeat anyone that comes against him. So this is an incredibly close fight, but in the end, Yuno does defeat King Piccolo in a similar manner to what Goku did, and he spits out the egg, which becomes Piccolo Jr. And then they are summoned to Kami's lookout, and that is where I will end today's video, guys. So if you enjoyed it, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.